Hi, everybody. So, today I'm going to be doing a spiritual home cleansing session. This is a 30-minute session. This is for Amanda today. Amanda, thank you so much for sharing. I love you for sharing. Thank you. And for those of you watching, if you're not familiar with my channel, I'm going to be doing a distance spiritual healing session. This is me moving my consciousness to the energetic atmosphere of a home space and then exploring what is there and doing energy work to release negative energies, transform them into positive energies, however, Spirit guides the session. So I'm just going to relax here. And Amanda, I'm going to get connected with your home space. Just continuing to relax my spiritual atmosphere. Relaxing my energy downwards, connecting with my spirit guides and higher self. Okay, so the first thing I experience, it's really quiet. It feels bland or dull. It's kind of empty feeling, to be honest. I keep walking into, it's very complicated to explain what this image looks like and how it's making me feel. You could imagine like dead wood. It looks like dead wood, but it doesn't look unhealthy. It looks like healthy dead wood. As you can see, that's very odd. But in this healthy dead wood, which also feels like it's really light, it's airy, but it also feels like bland. Like it has no flavor, it has no vibrancy. There is a doorway that wants to manifest itself so I could go into it, but if I go into here, it's going to feel like bland. Have you ever eaten I don't know what it's called, but there's a certain type of cereal. I only had it one time and that was it. It's like grape nuts or something. It sounds like it would be awesome, but I might as well be eating dirt off of the ground with milk on it. So that's what it's like. It's healthy. It's grape nuts or something, but it's like it's bland. It's not enjoyable at all. So there's something about this here, this energy balance that I'm stepping into. It's totally bland. So they're showing me something that is, if you took a chainsaw to a piece of wood, you know how there's little flecks of wood that come off? Just little flecks, just actually even soft pieces of wood, not splintered, but soft little flecks of wood. When I walk through what is a doorway or even a hallway of a bland, old, dead piece of wood that still looks beautiful, but as bland as can be, there's soft flecks of wood that I feel on my fingertips, and it's soft, but I can't decipher what this means to me just yet. There's something, first of all, it's disappointing. I'll be honest with you. There's something very disappointing about this. It should feel vibrant. It should feel flavorful. It should feel colorful. It should feel active. It should feel like activity going on in here. It should feel like treasures. It's your sacred space. It should feel like a home, a home away from home, even. It should feel warm, welcoming, but instead it feels like this. Again, when I first tried, I swear it's called grape nuts. It was like, cool, a healthy cereal, it's grape nuts, that's gotta be awesome. And I was like, what am I eating here? Is it some sort of like brick food that just got put into little crumbles with milk on it? It's like this is so disappointing. There's something very disappointing about this. That's what it's like so far. The home space is very disappointing. Again, as I continue to go into the center of it, to the heart of it, I think you feel this as well. I swear you're feeling this. That's something about this home. There's something like a transition or an inspiration to experience something new, a change of pace. And so the home itself is going through that transition because your energy is going through that transition. So the home is feeling kind of like, what is its purpose with you? What is its purpose in your life? Are you welcoming this home? Is this home like your baby? Are you nurturing it? Are you taking care of it? Or is this home just like a station, a space where you're just going to use it to have a roof over your head, but you're wanting to transition into something more of a home? So the home space feels this. I tell the home that this is this is where you live. This is your choice to live here. And I asked the home what we could do to make the energy feel positive, to raise the frequency vibration here. I asked the home what it would like to experience within itself, because the home is also a reflection of you. So when the home feels at peace and harmony and happy, you also will feel that way living inside of the home, because you're basically living inside yourself. So the home is a reflection of you, and if the home isn't a reflection of you, that's also kind of how you feel on the inside. Homes are interesting like that. Okay. I'm going to do my best to describe the scene. The whole place feels like sawdust is sawdust in the air. I feel like there's the harmony is nil. There's some sound frequency here, but it's boring. I want to sit down on the couch and relax, but I feel foggy. I also feel like time slows down when I'm here. I feel like I just want to sleep. And when I sleep, there's also the experience of inhaling the sawdust. I have to accept it. I can't just bam make it go away because it's a consciousness. So I have to work with the consciousness, how it expresses itself as its norm, and then we have to explore how we could feel better. And by exploring that, then the norm stays put, which the norm needs to be vibrancy, fresh air, spring breezes, that sort of thing. So I have to understand why it is like this before I can make it go away. And we can't really make things go away. We welcome things to transform. That's what we do. Again, another very difficult to explain scene. I'm falling asleep on the couch, sawdust is everywhere. There's a very heavy weight. It feels like it's weighing down my legs, like a really massive rock, black rock, weighing down my legs to the knees. But the weight is so heavy that it feels like it goes even above the knees, all the way to the hips even. So I'm just really kind of tied down at the waist, from the waist down. I'm tied down, but it's just really heavy weight weighing down, primarily on what is below the knees is where the weight is, and the feet. But it's heavy enough, the energy feels like it's filling in the upper legs and then the hips. And so if you were to try to move, you would only be able to sort of go up and down and do like sit-ups, basically. This is exhausting. This is very exhausting. It's exhausting enough that it would take the energy right out of your feet and your legs. And your legs are starting to get a rotted, echoing rot. I feel so sleepy. I feel so exhausted. I feel like I just want to pass out. I mean, crash like nobody's business. I feel weary. I feel just drained, energetically drained. I don't really care about the rock that's on my feet or my legs because I just need to sleep anyway, so I'm not going anywhere, so it doesn't really matter if it's there or not. And once I wake up, I'll feel rested and I'll feel like I could get up again. So if it's there weighing me down, whoop-de-doo, I want to go to bed now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then when I wake up, I know just from a good rest that that'll just evaporate on its own, and then I could just stand up and go about my day. But they show me that when you wake up again, the black rock isn't there. It's massive, heavy thing isn't there, but the legs are like the feet and just the ankles are black looking. But there's always sort of a weary or a sleepier sensation going on. Even getting up, going into the kitchen to do what would be like get breakfast or something like that. There's something about a daily routine that is happening, moving into the kitchen to get something. But the feet I see are black and the ankles, and then halfway up the calf. The house watches you with a routine, with this routine. The consciousness of the home comes down and walks with you, is very silent as it walks and observes you. The consciousness of the house feels like sawdust. You don't notice it has a heart. It's very silent. It's continuing to watch. I'm here. I'm trying to get this home consciousness to notice that I'm here, but it just focuses on you. It has a male persona. I see the house is holding some sort of orb. It looks like a really massive drop of water, and it's perfectly spherical. It has to do with its dryness. It has to do with dryness. But it doesn't ask that it be purified of dryness because it wants to purify you of dryness. So it gives the water to you to help you feel better. And it's kind of in love with you is the way that it feels, and it wants to give this gift to squeeze out the last drop or something of this kind to make sure you feel nourished. Because the home loves you very much. But you don't seem to see it. So if you don't see it, you can't receive its gift. Because you're still walking around the kitchen, just doing what would be a normal routine in the kitchen. And this consciousness, which is sort of like there's the essence of like a teenage romance. And he's just standing here wanting to give you a giant drop of water to make you feel rejuvenated and rehydrated. But you never take it from him. But he is the consciousness of the home expressing himself in this way, so you could feel that the home loves you on this level and wants to give to you in this way. But you're not choosing to receive it. I tell the home she is choosing to receive it. It's okay to give it to Amanda. You don't have to wait for her to welcome it. It would heal her to revitalize her with this. The home says if she does not acknowledge she wants the home to heal her, then it won't heal her. She needs to choose to say, I welcome my home to heal me. And now the home alters its energy harmonies and balance, and even the home itself becomes rejuvenated or revitalized. And the spirit realm is saying that it was very valuable for you to request this because you don't, because the value of your home is extremely important too. It's complicated because again, the energy that comes back to me about your home is that it's a home in transition, and there's things going on with it that it feels like it's not your rock. The home is not your rock, your station. like as in it's my sacred space. I go there to heal. It's more so like I use it, you know, it's a tool. It's like I drive a car, but I have a home, you know. But it's not my home. It's not my home, you know. Like I feel it in my heart. I want to wrap my wings around it. I want to plant a garden, but it feels just sort of like it's temporary. It has a temporary essence to it, and so the connection is feels temporary as well. So now there's the question of even if it's a temporary home kind of thing, that's okay. But how? What can we do to bring balance and harmony to this space, even if it's temporary? Or playing music right now. Music that makes you feel good. Music that is a symbol of who you are and your identity, and you share this as a gift with the home. You actually pick out a song and you say, Home, I would really like to share this song with you because I love you for all that you do for me in my life. And you think about it and you say, I really like this song. This song means a lot to me, and I'm going to play this song specifically as a gift to the home for all it has done in return for me. The song is exploring it. It is much like a lover, like a teenage romance is what it's like. But the consciousness is not trying. There's nothing inappropriate about this. It's just love. It feels like romantic love that cares so much about you. Doesn't need to be your boyfriend, by the way. It just loves you like that. Really loves you and wants to give gifts to you because it just adores you. And for you, it doesn't ask anything in return. The love, your house is not asking anything in return. It just loves you, wants to keep giving, giving, giving to you. And so when you choose to give a small gift back to your home, it's just like the world, like just something awesome just happened. Like the home is just like, oh my god, oh my god, a gift for me, oh my god. That's what the home is like. It doesn't expect gifts in return, but you just doing like a couple minutes song is just like the biggest gift you could possibly give your house, because it doesn't ask for a gift, but then you give it one and it just like it'll take it and run with it like nobody's business. But you have to choose to consciously give it to the home, and to do that's really easy. You just simply say, okay, home, I love you. Thank you for being my home right now in my life, and thank you for all you do for me. In return, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pick a song out and I'm gonna just play it, and it's for you. And then you do that, and the home, it just like starts to sparkle like fast, like nobody's business. It starts to like palpitate, like the heart is just like gyrating. It is like trying to breathe because it's so overwhelmed with joy that you could possibly just want to give it a song. Like it's freaking out. It's like even almost crying because it's so happy. It's like so happy to just have your attention in this way. It's like they wouldn't even ask for it. But to have it is just like the most precious gift. Even a couple minute song is like the most precious gift because your house loves you so much. And it accepts it's okay being a temporary house. Like it just wants to cherish the time that it has with you. That's what it feels like. And it's starting to glow. Your home is starting to glow now. This song is really like seeping into the walls, into the floor of the furniture. The air is absorbing it. The sawdust is absorbing this song as though it's like it's filling up with liquids or moisture. It's filling, the home is actually absorbing a lot of moisture. The floor, the walls, the air, it feels really purified. It feels like what would be really dry heat fills with really joyful like mist, and or even like a cooler temp. But the air, the water somehow keeps it like really moisturized in here, and it just feels really healing. like what washing yourself off in the shower after it's been like way too many days or something. It feels very purifying, right? But here it feels there's a dryness, so it feels really like refreshing, very very refreshing, like a very lovely cool glass of water into everything. I mean, it's just saying more, 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 more water, and it's just sponge, 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 more water, more water, more water. But the water is coming through with the harmony of the song. It's energy water. This home wants to give you so many gifts. There's more. There's something more because I don't know. It keeps talking about the kitchen. It wants to make the flowers grow for you. It wants to give you a beautiful gift of flowers that you can feel enchanted by. It wants to open the windows, but for it to not be too hot, as in it wants to create like a cool environment that is inviting and enjoyable, but it's also, it's not cold, you know? So it's exactly the right temperature kind of thing. Just this song, like it's so bubbled up in here. It's just like the activity, the energy activity is just like like this. It's like just super poppy, super bubbly, super excited. It's really revved up. This is really positive for you because it's this energy activity in your home is going to be inspiring your own spiritual atmosphere to also feel activated, and it's going to inspire new ideas. I can already feel that interaction happening. Where if you go at home, it's going to be inspiring ideas, attracting new thoughts, new ways of living, ways of putting your mind to things. So the home energy is getting really popping, full of energy, which is going to make you feel really bubbled up, really like amped up even, a lot more energy, and a lot more ideas flowing in and out, really positive ones, and putting things into action even. I don't feel dry or deadness anymore. I don't feel blandness. I feel a lot more energy movement. I feel what is now more like a home instead of a dead piece of wood with a bunch of sawdust everywhere. It feels energy. It feels full of energy. There's more though, because we're gonna do something else for your home. Okay. They're taking me into a new layer of your house. This one, again, there's the essence of a lot of dust that you can see when the sunlight comes into the window. And again, there's sort of like a teenage boy, is the home consciousness, is in deep thought. He is crying as he pours his heart out into writing. I mean, it's very emotional for me, even to feel it. He really has something powerful in his heart that he really wants to share. He understands he's a house. He's not a person. There's some very powerful message though. Let's see what this is about. He smiles at me the more I'm curious about how a home would have these feelings, and how these feelings would be a positive experience for Amanda. He smiles at me. He again shows me this version, this layer of the home looks very dusty, like a desert, really dry. Everything is covered in dust, everything. He says that he's writing a letter. There's inspiration for what is a helper in the home, to keep things spruced up. He says it's an inspiration or an idea that might help you to feel like things are maintained at the house. This has a lot to do with you being kind of someone with a lifestyle where you're not always in the house. So this is actually an inspiration that's very positive, and the home is encouraging you to explore that too. And the home, again, totally loves you. The home is never unhappy, but it feels very emotionally sensitive. But it feels like your emotional sensitivity is inspiring this because you're intertwined with the home as well. But there's a lot of positive like thumbs up about this idea to get a helper to continue to make the home feel spruced up and welcoming, because that's how you want it to feel anyway. You want it to feel that way, and that's very known. He smiles at me and he says, "Thank you, Abby, for telling Amanda this message." He shows me this is a little unusual because there's a energy shift in my heart, and it just, I just go suddenly feel like I'm being pulled downward. And we were sort of looking at what is a dusty room, and he shows me there's an opening in the floor. We're just going downstairs, downward. Whether you have a basement or not doesn't matter. There's just energy he wants to show me down here, in order to maintain more balance. Again, it's very energetically like dizzying, harder to breathe. It's jarring. I feel like overwhelmed by the shift. So when I go downstairs, it's hard to. It feels like the image is flat against my face. So if the image is too close to your face, you're not gonna have a clue what you're looking at. If it's a picture or a poster or the wall, like anything, it's just like it's right against my eyeball, so I have no idea what you're showing me. So we gotta get the bigger picture, right? So we have to move the picture back in order to actually see what it is. So this here, there's a message in this for you, but going downstairs or into the depths of this place, that's what it's showing me first thing. This has to do with what you're storing in your own basement of yourself. Your own emotions, your own deep thoughts kind of thing, your own human experience. In the human experience, we could all say, well, yes, I would say I do have kind of a basement of emotions, a basement of place that I store things. A lot of people feel like they just store it in here, or we just forget about it, or whatever. He's showing me there's something very important here about this basement. It's kind of a lurky place, where there's stuff that is stored here, that's not being dealt with, actually. But he, your home is saying is loves you so much and is ready to help you release this stuff out of your basement. He is really, really ready to help you, and he wants you to know your home is safe and your home is powerful and strong and vibrant enough that it can nurture any emotional releases that you have. And it's like, I'm telling you, just playing that song, the difference was just like so loud and so amped up. You ever have a moment where just something, like you were just given a gift and it's like it changed your whole world, and now you're like, it's like you just got adrenaline booster in the heart, and that's like the home is good for like 10,000 years now. Just that one song just did it for the home. Like it's ready to go, and it is like release, 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 release. I encourage you to explore this dark stuff stored in your basement. It's time to face this, and it's safe to do it in your home, and it's safe to release it. And I'm here to help purify the air, purify these experiences. It's a lot of stuff because it's too close to my face, and I can't. I'm trying to be downstairs, but I feel like I'm smashed up against a brown ice cube that is the basement. But it's not necessarily cold, but it does feel like it would be an ice cube that is like root beer color. Me and him, um, I'm starting to understand another message because it's about lovers. It's about companions, two working as one, male and female relationship. And I'm starting to work together. We're starting to learn how to work together. And so I'm working together with this one who I love. And we're putting both of our hands into the basement and we're sharing love with it. And the ice cube is melting. It does look like AMW root beer or something. So it's just melting. It's melting very, very fast when we work together and we put our hands together to work together on things. So this is just dissolving very quickly, and now the basement has like kind of a flood of root beer. It's just brown liquid everywhere. He smiles at me and he gives me a really big hug. I feel this is a connection between you and a loved one. It's very affectionate. The energy of love is very affectionate, very healing. Yeah, there's more. It's hard to talk through it right now. I'm just continuing to allow this brown liquid is actually dissolving and evaporating even more. There's still work to do down here, but it feels so much better. Oh my gosh, does it ever feel better? It feels like healing that is going on between souls or between lovers that are working through their experiences together in a balanced way together. There's still work to do down here. But there were echoes of what is family experience, what is being like a mother experience, and the home is ready for this stuff. Like your home is really ready for this. Because you are also ready for this. I can't explain why this is so deep or so energetically like dense, but it is a density that I'm lifting out of the home, but I'm also lifting it out of you simultaneously. There's something emotional here that it's sort of like it needs to come out or it needs to come forward in order for it to properly heal. But I mean, it's a vulnerable thing going on here. And it's not going to tell me what it is because I don't know that you would even want to tell yourself or you would know exactly what to put your finger on as what it is. Let me see if I can go into it some more. I just see you as a young girl and I'm giving you a really long hug. I see you as a human being with life experiences that have molded you and shaped you into the person that you are today. I see challenges along the way that have created who you are today, but challenges that make it a lifelong imprint or memory that it feels like it's still there, but it's so close to your face. So what is it exactly? How are you going to read the writing on the wall if it's this close to your face? You have to take a step back in order to see the bigger picture of what is being expressed to you. And your body is asking you to heal something within yourself. Your house totally loves you. I asked the house, why does it keep showing me itself as so dry? Like, isn't that a bad thing? How do you have more to give if you're all dried out like a dead piece of wood? The house is smiling at me, is very patient. It wants me to sit down on the couch. It snaps its fingers and there's a beautiful crackling fire in the fireplace. Everything goes dark or dim and it feels romantic and quiet and peaceful and relaxing. He says, I just want you to hold my hand. I see you snuggling close together and it just feels very healing. He's talking about love that is unconditional, could go on for all eternity. He talks about relationships that might seem dried out at one time can suddenly become just like the dam just broke and the water is flowing. Or there's a relationship like boost that is just, it's just like fireworks happening. He says, was the love gone when it dried up, or was it just being held back until the time was right for the dam to break, and now just the love just flows so vibrantly. The house says, I have so much love to give, I would never dry out ever. But he also tells me that, again, there's echoes because the house is also a reflection of you. So in that way, I'm purifying you as well as the house. But it's talking about why it would be dry in comparison to how there might be something dry about you, something. I'm not sure yet. Let me ask him about this. Has something to do with you. He's very patient. He's again bringing me back to what is peaceful, relaxing, hands holding, love flowing, and letting go. Just letting go of what was. It's ridiculously beautiful to feel. What is a feeling of just, like an hour where nothing else exists but this moment holding hands, and nothing else matters in this moment. Even a dried up house doesn't matter because the love is all that matters. He's talking about what love means to you. He knows you're clever. And this is an exercise for you to come up with ideas or examples of when love felt dried out, but when love felt like it was water just overflowing the dam, and it just never ended. Yes, about love that could be dried out while simultaneously overflowing with water at the same time. Could love be like this? Could there be parts of ourself that are dried out while at the same time we just continue to share so much love? But where is that love coming from, and where is the dried out parts coming from? But yet they're happening at the same time. How is that possible? How is it possible that a house that would appear to be dried out would have more love to give than all the time in an infinite universe? Therefore, it would never truly be dried out. But what is it about your spiritual atmosphere that is also a reflection of this? He shows me your house is very vibrant. Another version, we're done with that conversation. He's showing me your home is like there's not a single speck of dust. Everything feels really beautiful. There's flowers growing on the inside of the house, which is also flowers growing on the inside of you. I'm going over on time here, but I'm just going to quickly describe this. So it just looks like a home that is so healthy. It looks like the earth, and it's like a Garden of Eden, but the Garden of Eden is also on the inside of the house. So there's lots of growing plants, and there's no dust on anything. It's so clean and healthy on the inside of this house. It feels like you want to play music to enrich your own life and the life of the home. It feels very natural. It doesn't even feel like you have to try. It just feels like bonded connection and oneness and working together. And it just feels so natural. I mean, there's definitely images of what is getting some help to keep that balance and harmony raised at a high vibration around your home, which is also going to keep your vibration raised within yourself. But there's also echoes of what is like the start of a family, a new life, bringing in new life. And it's just so much harmony going on in here. So he's saying, what is the truth of your home? What does it actually look like? He says, what is the truth about you? What do you really look like? Can't we look like all of these things at the same time? But he's like, enough of the dried out stuff. I really just want you to see how beautiful your home is inside and out, and to really cherish this image, because this is the truth. This is what truly is existing here. That's all I can share. This session is not only to raise the vibration of your home, which is also raising the vibration of you. I'm telling you, you're going to have some awesome night's sleep, probably have some vibrant dreams. You're going to be thinking a lot, a lot. But you're going to be in the process of thinking a lot. You're going to be stepping back in order to read the writing on the wall, whatever that means to you. But also, whatever this cleaning out the basement is, it's already been happening, but it feels like there's more stuff that's going to be kind of coming up to the surface, that it just needs to be transformed in the light, right? So it's just encouragement to continue to work on healing those parts of yourself and nourishing them with love, so they can stop being so dried out, or however you want to look at it. So that's all I can do for you, Amanda. Thank you so much for exploring the session with me, and for your willingness to share the experience openly for others. And for those of you watching, if you're interested in having your home or business or land purified by myself, I would love to connect. Please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Have a wonderful day.